So it ended up being a pretty mixed day. Oh, basically, this all seemed pretty much on point, and then we had this high at the end of the day, which I wasn't expecting to actually be a high. I was expecting it to be more of a, just like a crest. There were some things here, as I said yesterday, that made me think it could be a high, but I was expecting it not to be, and it did. It ended up being a high. Um, this is the upper end of an important range, though. Basically filled that gap right there today. With that said, I'm leaning towards, based on the way things transpired today, I'm leaning towards um, some more like sidewaysy behavior tomorrow, but eventually leading to a decline as the day progresses. We should see decline. I think we probably do have a high here around 10 o'clock or maybe just before 10. Could be somewhere between like 9 9:50 and 11 o'clock, but I'm leaning towards like 9:55, 9:50, something like that. We'll probably see the high twice, but it's not. It's possible it's not a high in the pre-market. I say possibly twice because the Ace of Swords is in a lot of cases like an indication of a top. Hey B, hey Conrad. Do I think Apple will come down next week? It looks like from this when we look at the um, July reading, looks like there's a low at the beginning of the month. But as far as next week, let's see. I got an Ace of Swords, which is a yes. So Ace of Swords, we probably reach a top, like a top for the month next week. And then there's a lot of price change off of that resistance level that'll form as the top. Thanks, Conrad. Hope you're doing well too. I didn't even catch that. Let's take a look. Looks like the science card from yesterday was the resistance for today. Yeah, pretty much exactly how it played out. multiple failed attempts to break through. And then we have this move at the end through it. Sideways rotation. See, this is what really kind of threw me off, I think, was the Queen of Cups and the low correlators. But this is sideways rotation at a support level, excuse me, and then a sharp drop within that period of sideways rotation. Hey, Water Vander Heiden? I hope I said it correctly. I'm sorry if I totally butchered your name. Wouter Vander Heiden. Welcome. Thanks for the analytics. Bullish hammer stick on the chart. I'm looking for another very bullish day tomorrow. It's possible that it's pretty bullish tomorrow. I mean, it's the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords in a lot of cases is a top. Right, we have a high correlation here. I think we probably missed the high. I think the high was a little sooner than we expected, so we were a little late on that. But I think we're either going to have a bullish start to the day with a decline, or we'll have kind of like a similar mixed day with the high at the end of the day. But I think it's probably more mixed. And then we go from like a notable low, out of a notable low around like afternoon into like maybe a peak or crest at the end of the day again. Interesting. Looks like a lot of price change tomorrow. And it's interesting. I'm getting bullish feelings about it when I look at the daily chart. When I look at the monthly, we have the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support. But it may be that bullish trend continues like through the day, and then over the weekend we have like the decline through. See, this right here is going to be important. The cross-reading congruency with the Hanged Man card here, halting of a bullish trend here around a resistance level. I still think it's going to be pretty mixed after like this peak here. But if you got into a short position and you're feeling kind of like, oh no, maybe it wasn't a good move, I think you'll be happy on the 26th at the end of the day on the 26th if you hold that position. I don't think we go higher from here per se. I think we go like mixed toppy with a lot of price moves. If we go higher, it's going to be tomorrow, and that'll be kind of like it. But I think it's probably more mixed tomorrow. Hey, Robert, you're welcome. Long at the open. I don't think so. It's too mixed. There's too much going on there around the open. It's very mixed, and we were gonna have a key resistance level there, so we'll probably meet that resistance, break out through it, like, and then probably come back down through it here before the middle part of the day. Hey, Tabraze. Do I think it's going higher tomorrow? It's kind of a mixed day. There's things saying that we could go higher tomorrow, but it's also kind of like if we do, it's going to be like a top off. I'm pretty sure I was off on the high, and the high was several days earlier, right? We have the high on the 16th, so I was a little bit off on that. But we could go higher from here into tomorrow. It's really difficult to determine because I've got conflicting kind of energies going on. The Ace of Swords is like a key resistance. In a lot of cases, it means but it's going to be pretty mixed, is my sense tomorrow. Probably a lot of price swinging. We go. Yeah, I think we probably end up. Man, it's really hard. There's so much conflicting stuff going on here. It's going to be a really mixed day tomorrow. Really mixed day. I think we probably have a low at the end of the day, and then maybe at the close we have this big move that takes us to a high. It's possible, or that high could like carry over. We do accept 2025 readings on the site now, Robert. All you got to do is we kind of changed the way it works. So, so under our services, SO Meta posts, what Robert's asking about is one of our private services. This is where you could get one of your tickers or cryptos covered by the website fast, the 1 year report. So when you click on 1 year report, it's going to ask you to specify. Well, if I was logged in, it would ask me to specify what year and ticker or crypto. So you can put in any ticker, any crypto, any year. It does not matter the year. Hey, Proof. Aptos coin, will it be going up into July? I got a yes for that. And the other one is Arbitrum coin. Arbitrum coin. Will it go up into July, through July? I got a yes for that one. That one seemed a lot more bullish. The second one, Arbitrum. Oh, I'm glad I got it right, Walter. How low will SPY hit by next week? Is 420 possible? There is that gap that needs to be filled. I don't think we're going to go that. Right, it's kind of like price swinging like when we come out of June, like late June into July, we'll be price swinging with a decline in early July, it looks like. Interesting. Looks like a drop over the holiday. Is 420 possible? I don't think we're gonna go to 420 in the month of June. No, doesn't feel that way. I got a no for that. Hi, I had to roll over my Amazon 115 puts expiring this week to next week. 115 puts for Amazon. Oops. I don't think I have anything for Amazon for this month. I start doing Amazon in August. But let me take a look at that 1 year. Ooh, what a big move. Wow. That's going to be that ace of discs energy going on here. Ace of discs is a tough card to read. Sometimes it's, I mean, most of the time it's a down card, but it can be an up card. It's a lot of price movement. But I think we're going to see a trough in early July. They're 115 puts. Let me see. I'm not feeling good about those 115 puts, my friend, but let me see. I got a no, you should not hold them. Yes, you should sell those puts. So what I think is probably going to happen is we might have like a failed attempt to break through. We might continue higher into like this failed attempt to break through key resistance and then have a decline into a key like an important trough. But then there's a higher price level in August or on the at the end of July even. So I would want to be still on like the long side. I probably look for this trough to get into another long position in anticipation of this highest high here on the cusp of July, August. Yeah. That's pretty breakouty. Hey. Will Bitcoin cross 32,000 in the next few days in correlation with the highest high? All right, so sorry guys, I started daydreaming. I got the adult ADD, my friends. I do that occasionally. My apologies. All right, so Bitcoin. Where did I put that Bitcoin reading? Whew, really, it's possible. Um, so we did see like a little bit of a drop here. There's this trough, I guess, which stands out on the 1 day. We should see more rallying. So it's difficult. This is tricky. It's difficult to determine if this highest high is going to be here on the 23rd, the 24th, or the 25th. The 23rd is the strongest correlation. But the Ace of Swords, like I say often, is an indication of a highest, of a high on a 1 month in a lot of cases. So it might be that we see it on the cusp here, or maybe we see it twice. Why I say possibly the 25th is because it's a Princess of Discs, which is a significant trade opportunity. But I think it's actually probably the 24th is the highest high. Looking closer at it. Do we go through 32,000? I'm pretty sure I got a maybe for that. Interesting. It's either a maybe or a yes. It's a yes. Interesting. So there's some price swinging here around the high. So we've got a correlation to the Prince of Swords, which in a lot of cases can be a rally, but it's a correlation around a significant decline. And since this wasn't a decline that continued straight through June, instead we had this decline offering opportunity to open up a long position and then a notable move higher. Excuse me. I think we'll probably be topping off here. See, that's the thing. We have some correlations actually here at the end of the month as well to highest highs as well. They're not as strong, but sometimes that's what'll happen is we'll see like a lead into a higher price level there. If we don't do 32,000 on the 24th, I would not bet on hitting 32,000 before we have a drop here, because there should be a pretty sharp drop here off of the high into a prominent trough on the 26th. Hey, AV. Guys, if I skipped you, don't worry. I'll come back to you. I'm just taking care of AV. He's one of the subscribers on YouTube, so he that little badge next to him indicates he gets priority. Appreciated, AV. Is Amazon 122 possible next week? Will we also see Google and Tesla decline? Thank you. So we were just talking about Amazon and what we might actually see is like 120 wasn't happening. I got a no for 122 next week. Will we also see Google and Tesla decline? So I think we probably see a pretty sharp decline tomorrow into like the morning of the 26th. This is for Tesla, guys. So for Tesla, I think tomorrow, the 23rd, we probably see a pretty sharp decline in there. It'd still be mixed, but there'll be a sharp decline in there probably into the morning of the 26th. And then out of that trough on the morning of the 26th, we should have a pretty significant move higher. There may be some negative headwinds, and even so, we still be moving higher, or there may be some technicals that would lead us to believe we're going lower. Instead, we move higher. The behavior that we see tomorrow on the 23rd will be a good indication. It'll be like counter to what's really going to happen. It's the devil card tomorrow, the 23rd. That's Tesla. And then, let's see, what was the other one? Google. Google declines next week. Oh, I got the Clairkinetically, I got the devil card. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like a decline next week for Google. We revisit a support level that we recently met once before. All right, so where were we? Conrad, do you... Conrad, are you asking if I do custom monthlies? I do not do custom monthlies. It takes too much time. I don't have that kind of time. It takes way too much time. We tried that, and like the universe like basically had me start over. They took away my ability to take recurring payments, and we're like, yo, you need to rethink your pricing. So yeah, unfortunately we don't do monthlies. The only way you could get your ticker covered like private reading would be through like a 1 year report, or if you did the premium like day by day, and that would be like an expensive premium service where we do like the same thing that we do for S&P 500 by the hour. We do it for a month for whatever ticker symbol or crypto. Robert, should I get out of my CRO position by November 10th? Let me take a look at that 1 year for you. Did I do a 1 year for 2023 or no? Oh, it was 2024. All right, so you want to know if you should get out by September 10th. Let's see. Or November 10th, excuse me. Yes or no? I got a no for that. Hey, APM, welcome. SPC, sure. Yeah, see, that's what I was expecting. But this is good to close above. We're about to close above it. 10 minutes left. I want to see us close above that 200-day moving average. That'll be a very good indication of going higher, if you ask me. SPCE, where to go? Interesting. Alright, so we have 3 crisscrosses through the same price level. My sense is we'll probably finish to the moving to the upside here in the last 10 minutes. Probably finish above this 200. What is the VWAP? Okay, so let's see. It's like roughly here's the price level. And so then tomorrow we probably see more drop. We'll probably be below the 200-day tomorrow, and that'll be pretty scary. But then it looks like we have a pretty big move to the upside over the weekend, like a gap up over the weekend. There's a fast sudden move higher off of lows, which we saw take place early in the month. Fast sudden move higher. And then the high for the month, remember, we want to take into consideration that the high for the month is a failed attempt to break through key resistance. That looks like key resistance to me, with a failed attempt to break through followed by a decline through key support, right? So we need to see ourselves decline through key support, which is probably this right here. Let me put that bar in there as well. Like around this price level. So we'll probably break through that tomorrow. But there's a lot of price change on the 26th. And I think it gets kind of choppy in the last week because I get a lot of conflicting energies going back and forth. And I think we may have another high here on the 30th in the midst of a pretty bearish day. Like there may be some like bearish days with the gap up that start with a gap up, or like bullish days that start with the gap down. It's kind of choppy in there. But we go higher in July. So I would be staying bullish on SPC if that's the question. Appreciate it, APM. Let me see Tesla calls on Monday morning. Where did my Tesla go? Right in front of my face. I think that's probably a smart play, yeah. Tesla calls. Don't forget about that rule of karma, my friends. I'm sure you won't. SPC after the next flight. Are you asking what will the behavior be for the stock after the next flight? Looks like decline that offers opportunity to open up long position. Next flight is June 27th. Interesting. Yeah, well, so there's a pretty big move to the upside on the 29th. I think a lot of ground will be covered there on the 29th to the upside. And then we either rally into the 30th or there's like a gap up on the 30th with a decline off of it. Like if we rally into the 30th, there'll be a sharp decline off of whatever bit of rally there is into it. Yeah, that looks like an end of day high to me. Jeez. Sideways rotation with a sharp drop to revisit a support level that was recently an opportunity. That opportunity there revisited. And then we come back to this peak at the end of the day. Probably, we probably open higher. My thinking is that we have, this is a cross-reading congruency here. It's a cross-reading congruency, and then it carries over, it looks like, into the morning. So we probably do open higher on the 23rd. I just saw that now, that it carried over. Just occurred to me. But it's going to be a rather mixed day tomorrow, and then I think we probably have a bit of a sharp decline there in the afternoon at some point. Yeah, it's going to get really bullish in July and probably even in August. It looks pretty bullish. As far as the 1 month, that's as far out as I've looked on the monthlies, but it does look bullish throughout the rest of the year on the 1 year. We're talking about SPC. 390 was a nice price to get in at it. Definitely. Man, I wish I'd seen that sooner. You probably could have made money at opening up a long position here into tomorrow morning's open, but it was a little late. 1 minute left. You could probably still get in. Let me see. Oops. Hmm. It, eh. It's tricky. There's probably opportunity there. Like if you hopped into calls real quick and got out first thing in the morning tomorrow. You'd have to do that like this minute because there's only 1 minute left. All right, my friends. Any last questions before I roll? I'm gonna take my dog to the dog park. He's a lucky dog. He goes every weekday. Otherwise, I don't get any work done. Right, Hermes? You're a good boy. Give me hugs. We're gonna go to the dog park. You're a good boy, you know. When we go to the dog park, you make all the friends. Yeah. You make all the friends, you know. You're a good boy. Oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you too. Yeah, you're the best. You're the best. Alright. Alright, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to roll. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from this information forward to one of these charities and 5% of the profits back to the channel here at one of these links. that leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure you spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules with this information, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friend.